8th today in the chapter that is your chapter is some natural phenomena, in which I am going to teach you the topic that is lightning conductor. Lightning conductor. It is a device which is used to protect a tall building against lightning during a thunderstorm. It works on the principle of conduction of electricity through a metallic substance. You can see in this diagram there are electric conductor that is present and which protect the tall building against lightning. Okay, so it consists of a metal rod with a number of sharp spikes. You can see in this diagram there is a metal rod in which number of spikes are present. So it consists of a metal rod with a number of sharp spikes fitted on the top of it. Okay, the lower end of the metal rod is connected to a thick end of the metal to a thick copper plate. The lower end of this rod is connected to the copper plate, thick copper plate, which is buried deep into the earth. Okay, so this copper plate is buried into the earth to dissipate the charge received by it. Okay, so whenever the lightning strikes, the lightning conductor provide an easy path for charge to pass through the earth. Okay, in this way they just protect the building. In the absence of lightning conductor, huge amount of current from the lightning can cause a lot of damage to life and property. So this is lightning conductor and it is very important and beneficial for the tall building. Now come on the earthquake. A natural caused sudden shaking or trembling of the earth's surface which lasts for a very short time is termed as an earthquake. Whenever you just feel the shaking of the earth. Okay, so an earthquake occurs more than 1,000 times a day. But so many earthquakes, we don't feel them, but thousands of earthquakes, 1,000 times earthquakes are present in a day. They may be so slight as to go undetected. Due to slight speed, they cannot detect it. Okay. One of the greatest natural disaster of all time, the earthquake of 1556 in China, is estimated to have taken more than 8 lakhs life. This is the one of the greatest natural disaster. Earthquakes are constantly causing much damage and destruction. It is not yet possible to predict or control earthquake. We cannot control it. So earthquakes are sometimes preceded by foreshocks, and major earthquakes are often followed by many aftershocks. The aftershocks gradually decreases in number but may occur for weeks or months. Effect of earthquake. What are the effect of earthquake? You know very well. Here it is right. An earthquake of moderate intensity can create fissures and cracks in the ground. As a result, road, property lines and fences are often destroyed. Second thing, the course of rivers are sometimes affected by earthquake. Third, building, roads, bridges and other structure often suffer severe damage during earthquake. In cities, fire often accompany earthquake and are generally responsible for more damage than the earthquake themselves. These all are effect of earthquake. Now, after reading the earthquake, we are just going to read about the structure of earth. In your book, you can see this diagram, that is structure of earth, where you can see that is light rock, dense rock, molten rock, solid iron, crust, mantle, outer core, inner core. These are the labeled present into the structure of earth. So first of all, the inside structure of the earth consists of 3 main layers, that is crust, mantle and core. Core is divided in 2 parts, that is outer core and inner core. So first of all we will read about the core. It is the innermost part of the earth. The core of the earth is made up of mostly of iron. Mostly core is made up of iron. The core of Earth is extremely hot, and most of the Earth's core called outer core. Most of the Earth core are known as outer core. Is liquid, whereas the inner part of core is solid. Outer core are liquid, while the inner part are solid. Now come on the mantle. The middle layer means this is the central region of the Earth, that is between core and crust. It is present between the core and crust. Okay. Heat coming from the core of Earth warms mantle. The heat that is coming from the core, it heat the mantle. It increase the warmth of the mantle. Now come on the crust. It is the outermost layer of the Earth. It is made up of lighter rock. The crust of the Earth is divided in many plates. Due to convectional current taking place in the mantle, the plates of Earth crust are moving around. Okay. So, the reason why earthquake occurs is that Earth crust is made of a number of plates which are able to move. And by the movement of these plates, the earthquake occurs. Causes of earthquake. In this stanza, you can read about the causes. There are two types of earthquake, that is tectonic and volcano. Nearly all major earthquakes are tectonic. Tectonic means they are produced by sudden movement of rocks along an existing fault. A fault is a fracture in Earth's outer shell. There are a fault means a crack appear on the Earth's outer shell where section of rock repeatedly slide past each other, and in this way weak areas of Earth's rock. Okay, so the movement occurs when the rock can no longer withstand the tension and force that have built up in them. Due to presence of these types of fracture or these types of slit, the rocks cannot bend anymore. They suddenly fracture and rebound or snap back into position. That relieve the pressure. Look at this diagram. You can see here fault or crack. You can see there are a fault, or you can see there are a fracture present in the earth surface. Okay, and earthquakes are sudden movement of earth or rock along this fault, and by this fault earthquakes occurs. In strike slip faulting, you can see the direction of this slit and this slit, they are opposite. So one or both side of the fault move horizontally, and the amount of movement may be more than feet. So these are the reason of earthquake or causes of earthquake. You can see there a dip slip faulting also occurs. In this diagram you can see of the fault. At the position of fault, a dip slip occurs vertically, and the amount of movement range from a few inches to a few feet. The amount of range, the amount of movement of these types of dip slip are maybe inches or maybe in feet. You can see in this diagram a combination of strike slip and dip slip faulting occurs. Sometimes both are occurring at same time. In this way, the slip or the sides, both sides are moving horizontally as well as vertically, both. So these are the reason by which the earthquake occurs. Now come on the point. The point in the interior where an earthquake first began is called its focus. Means to say that point where the earthquake started, that is known as focus or seismic focus. The focus of shallow earthquake range down to about 56 km below the surface. This focus point is present just 56 km below the surface, and the focus of a deep earthquake may range from 160 to 750 km in the depth. Deep earthquakes are produced by a sudden collapse of a small volume of rocks. So these are the focus and the deep focus that is present on the during earthquake. Now, when an earthquake occurs, many kinds of shock waves are produced at the focus. From the point of seismic focus, there are many shock waves are produced. These waves are known as seismic waves. This point is known as seismic focus, and the waves arises from there, that is known as seismic waves. And the point on Earth's surface vertically above the seismic focus is called the epicenter. Vertically above the point that is present, it is known as epicenter. I hope you understand all this. In the next class, I will describe about the waves and the remaining part of the lesson. Okay, bye bye.